Hi there, welcome to ABP TV and a little piece on more money, and in particular more profit. I want to tell you about two big success stories. First of all, McDonald's, and second, 42 Below. McDonald's is an all-American story out of the 1950s. 42 Below is an all-New Zealand story out of the 1990s and the 2000s. So, half a century apart, two very big success stories. What links these? I'll tell you what links these is the basic philosophy behind more profit. It is a combination of marketing, sales, and customer service. And even though it's half a century apart from these two stories, the same fundamentals are still knocking around. So when McDonald's first started, the only way the owner could make sales of the new franchises was to sell to his friends and family. Now Ray Kroc had a lot of friends down at the country club, so he sold many of his first franchises to his country club members. They didn't all work out, but that's how he needed to get started. Well, what about 42 Below? They didn't have a dissimilar story. It was a bit different selling vodka bottles though. But trying to get it, once they got the invention in Jeff Ross's backyard, the way he sold the first few bottles was to friends. They affectionately called their friends Rent-A-Crowd and made sure that they liked the vodka and were going into bars to tell people or ask people, have you got 42 Below? So remember, your friends and family are a great way to make sales when you need to. In both these stories, they had to be making sales before they even got to marketing. But the marketing stories, well, let's take an advertising example. And sometimes you just got to be bold and brassy to get things known. McDonald's pinned everything on the 15-cent hamburger and whacked up great big signs with the 15-cent hamburger high above the restaurant. In those days they weren't restaurants, they were just drive-ins. But people could see it was a 15-cent hamburger, and that's the way they did their early advertising in getting people. But it worked. People were queuing up to get into McDonald's. What about these guys? Well, 42 Below realised the only way they were going to make a difference in the vodka market was they had to do something different. See, they were up against multinationals, big brands with lots of money. So their strategy was to be a bit edgy and a bit different. And when it comes to advertising in newspapers, TV or radio, they made sure they were a little bit quirky. They were a little bit on the edge, a little bit risque. But people knew something different was going on. And slowly but surely, bartenders who wouldn't buy 42 Below moved over to give it a go. In customer service, where can we go with the examples there? Well, in both these cases, they reached a point where they needed to grow the company. And both were founded on a particular formula. McDonald's just had the 15 cents hamburger coupled with French fries and a milkshake and a menu of 10 pieces. 42 Below was just the vodka. That was it. A brand story developed around the vodka. But after a while, when you need to be able to generate more sales, you've got to bring different options in. So they extended their customer service to make sure they could get more people. In McDonald's case, they wanted to get more family in. So they kept finding ways to extend the menu that would make it more appealing. It started with desserts. They made a lot of mistakes, but eventually they got them. It then went on to breakfast menu, and they got more people in. 42 Below, well, they played around with different drinks. If they could make a New Zealand success story out of vodka, what else could they do? And they eventually turned their hands to gin and rum and extended their product offering. So there you go. Two big success stories, one all-American, one local to New Zealand. But the fundamentals are the same. You need to market, you need to convert into sales, and you need to be able to generate good customer service to get people coming back for more. Think about it. Thoroughly recommend both these books. Huge learning curves for everyone in them. Go for it and make more profit. Cheers now.